Hi, it's Mitch from PickDawgz.com here with your free pick in the Michigan versus UCLA Elite 8 college basketball NCAA tournament matchup on Tuesday, March the 30th, 2021. This is a game classic, teams here, classic, the big boys of college athletics, Michigan and UCLA. Of course, UCLA, the winningest college basketball program in the history of the NCAA tournament, more titles than anyone. And of course, Michigan has had some recent success getting to some finals and winning, but not anywhere to the level that the history that UCLA has. But UCLA, it's been a long time since they have been there. They went out and got Mick Cronin from Cincinnati to run the team. I was really didn't think that was the best move for this program. We had seen Mick Cronin, really not be the greatest game day coach out there several times when he was coaching the Bearcats, including that implosion against Nevada in the NCAA tournament when his Bearcats were up by 27 points in the second half and he ended up losing that game. So certainly, we've seen Mick Cronin coach his way right out of easy wins and out of covers for us people that care about that sort of thing, which we do, right? But anyways, Michigan, on the other hand, this is a team that, I've called them soft a lot this season because it just seemed that when they got punched in the mouth by the tougher teams, they didn't respond. And we saw it at Minnesota, we saw it at home against Illinois, and then we saw it against Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament. But here they are. They were a number one seed. I didn't think that they should have been there. I thought that Alabama should have been the number one in that last number one in the region, and Michigan maybe should have been a 2. But, it doesn't really matter at this point. Alabama is not here, and Michigan is here, and the team that beat Alabama is here. So this is basically the same scenario that could have happened either way. It doesn't matter how you get there. It matters that you get there. It doesn't matter that Mitch called you soft, earlier this season. It matters that, here you are with a shot to go to the Final Four, a team that looked to be a team that could go to the finals a lot of times this season. While I called Michigan soft, I also bet on them a ton this season, kind of like the Arkansas fans. They think that because I pick against their team, in a game here or there means that I don't like them personally or that I've never picked them before. Not the case at all. It's just certain matchups against certain physical teams, they don't match up well, and they're going, it's usually for Michigan is the more physical teams, even though they have some pretty tough guys on the inside. It just seems that outside maybe not as tough and as fast as some of the other teams out there, and we saw that against Illinois, and we saw it when Minnesota put that stranglehold on them defensively in a game that a lot of people pretend never happened, but it did happen. It happened at Minnesota, and then, a team that's coach ended up being fired at the end of the season. But we'll get back to this one where UCLA did not finish the season strong. It's a different Bruins team than we saw last year. Last year we saw the Bruins really play poorly the first half of the season. It was Mick Cronin's first year at UCLA. And then the second half of the season, they turned on the gas and looked to be, wow, just a totally different team. I was betting on them, right? That's how good they were. And meanwhile, this year, they started the season gangbusters, and I expected them to be, and we're winning. We're cooking along with UCLA because, they had finished strong, so it's like, hey, let's ride the horse, right? And then all of a sudden, they hit this rut, and they were absolutely horrible. They weren't terrible, but now that we see how the Pac-12 has performed out of conference in the NCAA tournament, maybe it wasn't so bad. They lost to Colorado, Oregon, USC, Oregon State, all in a row. Familiar names to everybody now? Absolutely, right? These are teams that we've watched this weekend, right? The big weekend, when the best teams, not the big weekend for us, we're to field of 64. Who doesn't love that? You got your full bracket, you're all ready to go, and but I'm talking about when the best 16 are left, the guys that have earned their way to the Sweet 16 and are thinking national championship. Three of the teams that I mentioned, or all 4 of them, were actually in this one. The only one that wasn't was Colorado. They went out. They went out of the Pac-12 tournament losing to Oregon State in overtime, 83-79. And we saw Oregon State against Houston, and they were down by 17, and they weren't ready to quit in that game either. And Oregon State was way down in that game against UCLA as well, and they came back on them. And I believe they were down 16 in that one. I think that UCLA's best chance here is to keep this a low-scoring game. I I don't think running with Michigan is something that they want to do. We saw it in the Abilene Christian game, the 67-47. That was the best that UCLA looked. They did not look good in that second half against Alabama, blowing the big halftime lead. They were up by 11, remember, and it went down to went down to even within the first 4 minutes of the second half. I think this game's going to be played at a somewhat deliberate pace. I think both these teams can play some defense. Michigan, the 54th ranked defense in the nation, allowing 65 points per game. UCLA allowing about 68 points per game. Both these teams score in the mid-70s. I think this one is a lower scoring game. I'm going to go with the under in the Michigan-UCLA game, and that's going to be my free pick. If you have a pick in this game and you think you know who's going to win, or whether it's going over or under, throw it in the comments of this video. And while you're there, if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be awesome. Helps us a ton. Should take you about a half a second. But looking forward to your comments. And, of course, I'll go in there and mix it up with you guys. Love to hear what you have to say. I mean, I'm always interested. And if you see something that I don't, hey, all the better, right? Let's all win. We're not betting against each other. We're betting against the book, as always. But, of course, if you're looking for our best bets, there's a couple places you can get them. The first place is right here on YouTube. You just subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then if you click on the link in the description of this video, you can get our premium YouTube picks. Those are picks from myself and some of the other handicappers at Pick Dawgz, the guys from our live shows that give out picks on our premium YouTube picks. Like I said, just click on the link in the description. If you're looking for my best bets and best bets from some of the other top handicappers in the world, like all the games I'm betting today, the ones I'm most confident, those are the ones you find at our website. You go to the main menu, you click on the premium picks tab, and you'll find my best bets as well as best bets from some of the top handicappers in the world. Of course, if you're looking for more free picks, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us on our live shows. We have a lot of fun on those shows, and we give out tons of free picks, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just subscribe to our channel and join us.